In terms of Shiba Inu behavior, recent time may be among the most hectic time. Recently, the Shiba Inu price experienced a significant increase, compensating for the majority of the loss it sustained. Whales have returned and people are reveling. Additionally, there is a possibility that a significant event may occur in the near future. Array. This could potentially result in a significant increase in the pricing of Shiba Inu. What is transpiring? Furthermore, what is the subject of my discourse? Well, allow me to elaborate. Welcome to Dr. Crypto, your daily serving of Shiba. This is the spot for you if you're curious about anything related to Shiba. If you want to keep informed about all the latest news forecasts and stay ahead of the crypto industry, subscribe. To get more SHIB news, be sure to click the like button. Shiba Inu owners may finally have the day they have been anticipating today. The situation is beginning to improve. Shiba Inu has successfully recovered from yesterday's turbulent collapse, which resulted in substantial price declines. It did not only recover from that unpleasant decline, but it also went slightly higher. While it may not constitute an enormous increase, this represents an immense milestone for the community in light of the most recent turmoil. Shiba Inu has been gradually but steadily regaining ground over the past week. It has been striving to emerge from the red. And although it has not yet returned to its previous state, the losses are diminishing. Only a few days ago, the situation appeared to be significantly worse. However, there is now a tangible indication of recovery. The transformation in the community is palpable. For the initial time in a while, financiers can contemplate their next steps without the incessant fear of another decline, and people are celebrating. Is that dread of it sinking even further? It is finally beginning to diminish. The confidence is gradually returning, and although it is still early, this could be the inception of something significantly more significant. The following is the most peculiar aspect. Whales have finally returned. Today, after weeks of making minimal progress, they have resumed their involvement, which has elicited a flurry of excitement throughout the community. This could indicate that Shiba Inu's revival is imminent. Whale activity has experienced a significant increase, with inflows increasing by more than 90%. This is a distinct indication of the increasing confidence of significant holders. And when the major actors begin to make movements, the situation tends to change rapidly. If this momentum persists, it is feasible that we may observe a return to pre-crash levels in the near future. Currently, Shiba Inu is still facing resistance, circling a critical price threshold. It has been under pressure for weeks, as it has been trapped in a phase of stabilization and a descending trend pattern that has continued to drive prices downward. However, a breakout may be imminent due to the altering momentum and the increase in inflows. If it is able to surpass the subsequent significant resistance level, it may initiate an even more robust upward movement, thereby establishing its sights on even greater objectives. Naturally, there is no assurance. There is a possibility that a minor decline may occur prior to a complete recovery if the Shiba Inu is unable to maintain essential support levels. However, the return of whales to the game is one of the most potent indicators yet that something significant may be on the horizon. In the past, a price increase has been observed to occur whenever substantial holders begin to accumulate. Is this the time that Shiba Inu eventually emerges from the clutches of the pressure? A significant transition may occur in the near future if purchasing pressure persists. Although resistance levels continue to impede progress, the recent increase in inflows is indicating to the society that the next significant development may be imminent. And the most significant development is that the Shiba Inu community is now more robust than ever. Today, a significant token burn was reported. In a single transaction, a staggering 13 million Shiba Inu were transferred directly to a deceased wallet, according to a latest report from Shiba Burn, a website that monitors these fires. This is a substantial number of tokens that have been irrevocably removed from circulation, which could potentially constrain the supply and establish the groundwork for future price fluctuations. However, this is the point at which the situation becomes truly intriguing. An analyst recently provided a detailed breakdown of the amount of burning that the Shiba Inu community would need to engage in for the price to ever reach $1. The results are astonishing. CoinDALU initiated the conversation last year by inquiring whether the Shiba Inu could achieve that ideal price. What is the most significant obstacle? The quantity of tokens that are still in circulation. The global economy would be unable to sustain the total value of Shiba Inu if it ever reaches $1 with its current supply. In order for it to have any chance, it would be necessary to destroy virtually every token. Ethereum's founder incinerated a substantial quantity in 2021, but this amount is significantly greater. The circulating supply would still need to be reduced by almost everything, rendering $1 virtually impossible, even if Shiba Inu achieved a significant market cap. According to certain individuals, including chief developer Satoshi Kusama, it is feasible to achieve an enormous market capitalization. However, the achievement of that achievement is more of a fantasy than a practical objective in the absence of a severe reduction in supply. Therefore, upon reflection, you may still be perplexed as to what is actually transpiring. Today, who is responsible for this eccentric pump? In our most recent video, we discussed the significant breach that affected Bybit. It was one of the most significant losses in recent history, leaving the exchange with billions of dollars in losses and disrupting the entire market. However, the current situation is beginning to take on a significantly different appearance. Bybit is finally recuperating its Ethereum, according to reports, and the numbers indicate significant purchasing activity. Bybit's Ethereum reserves experienced a substantial decline subsequent to the breach, as indicated by CryptoQuant data, plummeting to unprecedentedly low levels. However, they are currently working to regain their position. This turnaround is restoring confidence, despite the fact that the exchange is still far from completely recuperating what was lost. The CEO of Bybit even acknowledged that the attack resulted in the loss of a substantial portion of their holdings. However, the significant acquisitions that have transpired today indicate that they are actively engaged in the process of replenishing their reserves. Additionally, the market may be experiencing surges as a result of an exchange's actions, as evidenced by the current price action of Shiba Inu. In conjunction with these developments, Ethereum has also demonstrated a robust recovery, which was recently deconstructed by an analyst in an intriguing manner. He emphasized that Ethereum is maintaining its stability above its critical support stage, which is a significant development in light of the turmoil that occurred yesterday. Its resilience is demonstrated by the fact that it did not experience a significant collapse, despite the extensive breach. In reality, it has already achieved an outstanding ascent from its lowest point. It is possible that this is only the beginning. He is further convinced that 2025 could be the year Ethereum truly takes off after witnessing the way it responded to the breach. This is of the utmost importance to the Shiba Inu. Ethereum's current level of enthusiasm is not static. It is gaining momentum, and as history has shown, this type of momentum typically results in something even more significant. Ethereum's continued ascent could potentially initiate a chain response that initiates the eagerly anticipated altcoin season. Also, for those who have maintained their resolve, this may be the time they have been anticipating. Shiba Inu did not simply increase in value during the previous altcoin season. It detonated. We are discussing a price increase that is so absurd that it has increased by nearly 14 million%. Almost overnight, this is the type of rally that transformed ordinary investors into millionaires. Individuals who maintained their Shiba Inu during that period observed their portfolios undergo transformations that were previously unimaginable. It was one of the most significant and unanticipated bull rallies in the history of cryptocurrency. And now, with Ethereum once again generating headlines, we may be witnessing the onset of something equally as spectacular, if not more so. This speculation is further fueled by a plethora of events that are taking place behind the scenes. It has been reported that the Donald Trump administration has been making substantial purchases of Ethereum, and large investors have been increasing their holdings. This is never a haphazard occurrence when significant amounts of money are in motion. It typically indicates that they possess knowledge that the average investor lacks. Massive price fluctuations are precipitated by this form of purchasing pressure. Shiba Inu could be next to Ethereum if it takes off in the manner that many anticipate, riding the surge like it did during the previous altcoin season. Additionally, this is the case. We are not merely discussing minor gains. If this truly marks the commencement of another altcoin season, we may witness an additional run that elevates the value of the Shiba Inu to unprecedented heights, potentially surpassing the previous event. The marketplace is shifting, the conditions are aligning, and the enthusiasm is increasing. Shiba Inu owners may be in for another momentous rally if this trend persists, which could once again transform lives. However, what is your perspective on this matter? Comment in the space provided below. The day is over now. Remember to give it a big thumbs up. To see our most recent material, share it, and subscribe to the channel.